The Kansas City Chiefs just got a crucial injury update before playing the Carolina Panthers this weekend. Welcome back, everybody, to the KC Sports Report. I'm your host, Michael Darcy. I'm a local Kansas City-based YouTuber covering this Chiefs team on a daily basis, and the best thing you guys can do to support this channel and support me is by hitting the like button on this video and subscribing for more daily Chiefs coverage. We are going to go over the latest injury report that we got from the Chiefs, and we're also going to compare that to a report that we got from Ian Rappaport the game day the Chiefs played the Bills. Like an hour or two before the Chiefs played the Bills, Ian Rappaport said on Twitter that Isiah Pacheco was expected to make his return against the Carolina Panthers. And so I was of the mindset we were going to see Pacheco in a Chiefs uniform back on the field this Sunday. Unfortunately, as the week of practice has gone on, he has been limited. A lot of the time, he has not been, practicing a ton. He's still kind of rehabbing that fibula injury, and just this is his first week of practice. And so while it was a stretch to say that he was going to play on Sunday, I firmly believe that Isiah Pacheco was going to be playing on Sunday for this Chiefs team. Now, that still is a possibility. Maybe I'm wrong, but due to what we've seen at practice the past couple of days, I have major questions about if Isiah Pacheco and Charles Omenihu are going to play this Sunday. Now, before we go any further, again, guys, like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But going over the recent injury update that we got from this Chiefs team, everybody else essentially practiced, and we don't really have to talk about them, but Charles Omenihu and Isiah Pacheco were limited during Thursday's practice. Now, I would say that that's not necessarily a problem, except for there was a timetable for Pacheco to return potentially this week. And if Pacheco was going to play this week, he probably wouldn't have been limited all week in practice. He would at least have a day or two where he is a full participant and he is trending in the right direction. Although it seems like that isn't the case. This tweet from Chiefs Blitz on Twitter says, unless something changes tomorrow being today, both Isiah Pacheco and Charles Omenihu are trending to make the return against the Raiders in Week 13. Now, the Chiefs do play the Carolina Panthers in Week 12. They're in Carolina, but they have a short week. They have to return home to play the Raiders on Black Friday, and so you're not going to have that much time off. So I could understand the Chiefs not rushing Pacheco back for this game and, saving him for that Raiders game. Kind of ease him back into the offense. And while it sucks that we're not going to probably see him take the field, that's probably the right course of action. Because what's the point of, rushing Pacheco back to the field in Week 12 when you're playing a really bad Carolina Panthers team? There's no point. And I don't even think that Charles Omenihu was going to play this week regardless of if it was the Panthers or not. I think Omenihu is a bit farther to returning to this team than Pacheco was. We've gotten good updates on Pacheco. We haven't really heard the same thing about Omenihu. I think Omenihu might be a little bit behind Pacheco in terms of returning, but this report from Nate Taylor of The Athletic, one of the very best reporters that we have covering this Chiefs team on a daily basis, said, quote, I don't get the feeling that Pacheco will be available this weekend. I don't get the sense that the Chiefs are itching to get Omenihu on the field sooner rather than later. Again, that's according to Nate Taylor of The Athletic, and that kind of matches what I said. I think that Pacheco is going to return sooner than Omenihu, but Omenihu is probably a couple weeks away from returning to this team. I think we probably see Pacheco suit up against the Raiders on Black Friday, and it might be a week later until they feel comfortable in playing Charles Omenihu. But at this point in the season, why rush it? When you have two guys that you think could make a big impact on this team, you need them as healthy as you can get them for the playoffs. And what is the point of rushing them back, risking injury against the Carolina Panthers or the Las Vegas Raiders? These two teams are fighting for top draft picks in this next draft class. So what's the point in, putting out your starting running back and one of your starting defensive ends when they could just get hurt? And clearly, since they've been limited in practice all week, they're not ready. They are not ready to return yet. And while it sucks that we're not going to see them against the Carolina Panthers, I think that is the right the right decision. Because what's the point in rushing guys back when we don't care about the regular season? At the end of the day, all that Chiefs fans care about and all that the Kansas City Chiefs care about is competing in the playoffs. And they're going to be ready. They're going to be mostly healthy, but you're only going to be mostly healthy if you are cautious with bringing guys back. And that also goes for Hollywood Brown. We've seen positive things trending in his direction, that maybe Hollywood Brown returns by Christmas, or I've also seen the Texans game before Christmas. But what's the point in rushing him back when we just need him to be, back and comfortable and ready to go for the playoffs? I don't care what happens the rest of the regular season if you could go into the 2024-2025 playoffs, I guess, fully healthy with as much of your starting core as you could get. And, Omenihu and Pacheco and Brown, those are three pieces that can change your team. So what's the point in rushing them back in a meaningless game against the Carolina Panthers? But Chiefs Kingdom, I want to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments below. I know we're all very anxious and awaiting the return of Pacheco, and it's kind of odd that we got this report from Ian Rappaport saying that Pacheco was expected to play this week. He's not normally wrong, and it seems like Pacheco's not going to suit up this week. So, it's just one of those times that Ian Rappaport isn't the most accurate. But I think that we will see the two of these guys return probably in the next week. I would say by the Raiders game, maybe the game after that, we start to see the core coming back. And I think that's perfect. I think that fits the timeline of getting these guys enough reps to feel comfortable and confident going into the playoffs, but you're also not burning them out. Because I think that there's a lot of guys on this Chiefs team right now that are in dire need of some rest. I think Kareem Hunt is a perfect candidate to talk about. They're giving him 30 carries a game. He can't take that workload and expect for him to stay healthy the rest of the season. Pacheco coming back is going to alleviate a lot of the pressure off of him, and they're going to form that, 1-2 gut punch to an opposing team's defense where you got Pacheco and Kareem Hunt running the football at a crazy rate. But again, I think that we're going to see Omenihu and Pacheco return in a couple weeks. I think the earliest will be that Las Vegas Raiders game on Black Friday, but I wouldn't be surprised and I wouldn't be against if the Chiefs held them out a little bit longer. But I want to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments below. Do you think the Chiefs should be cautious when it comes to bringing back Isiah Pacheco and Charles Omenihu? Because the Chiefs are in dire need of some pass rush. There's no secret there. But do they rush these guys back when you really just need them for the playoffs? You need them to be at full capacity and at full strength when the games actually matter. And that's why I'm all for being cautious when it comes to bringing guys back from injury. And that's why I would take all the time in the world to make sure that Pacheco and Omenihu are healthy and ready to go. Chiefs Kingdom, that is all I have for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button and subscribe for more of the best Chiefs content on YouTube. I've been pushing stuff out each and every single day, and the best thing you guys can do to support this channel and support me is by hitting the like button on this video and subscribing for more of the best daily Chiefs content you're going to find anywhere on this platform. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching this video, and as always, go Chiefs!